Hello, my name is Albert, and this is my presentation on insider trading. Now you might be thinking, you've heard of insider trading, but you might be wondering, what is it exactly? Is it illegal? How is it regulated? All very good questions that I will answer in this presentation. So what is insider trading exactly? In its most basic definition, it is when employees of a company use significant non-public information in regards to make decisions in regards to their investments in the company, stocks, shares, things like that. Now, Investopedia.com adds a little bit more to this definition, meaning that this insider trading kind of has to make up more, at least 10% or more of a firm's equity, basically just their worth. And this could include a company's directors, high-level executive insiders, just anyone who has that amount of knowledge. Now this leads to the next question, which is it illegal? And no, not necessarily. Insider trading, despite how it's often portrayed, is not necessarily illegal in and of itself. Of course, the big caveat to this is that all deals made with insider trading must be properly filed with the SEC, and it must be done ahead of time. So you cannot just use this, and it has to be done with an employee within the company. Warren Buffett does this a lot, as Investopedia mentions in its article. Now you may be looking at this and think, oh great, I'm going to do some insider trading, but when will I get in trouble? Well, you get in trouble with insider trading when this info is used purely for a profit, and also it's not filed properly and not told to the SEC. Once you try to go under the radar with your insider information, you can very much get in a lot of trouble for that. And as the article by Investopedia mentions, just as an example, they mention, if you're a CEO who happens to leak out some of the, the quarterly reports to your barber, or something like that, and that barber goes on to make investments based on that information they're not supposed to know, that barber could very much be charged for illegal insider trading. And so insider trading illegally can be perpetrated by anyone, really. And like a lot of other white-collar crimes we've studied in this semester, it really doesn't have to be a top executive or even a huge heinous plot. It can be done by anyone for any reason, really. So now we get to the issues of enforcing legal parameters of insider trading. And one article I looked at by the Journal of Corporate Finance titled Illegal Insider Tradings, Commission, and SEC Detection. There's three big problems that come about when trying to regulate illegal insider trading. We have, obviously, the first big point is the secretive nature of the crime. A lot of times, especially if it's done by someone within the company, they may use this information to their advantage illegally, not telling the SEC, and there won't really be too many ways for them to tell right away, especially if it's not a huge sum that they're using to their advantage. And one thing they found about in this study by the journal is that there really isn't a clear political bias or correlation for those who violate the guidelines for insider trading, meaning that they looked at enforcement from Democrats and Republicans and found that despite Republicans typically having a softer viewpoint on enforcement for insider trading policies, there wasn't really much of a discrepancy or a notable correlation between Republicans and Democrats and how they would enforce or punish certain levels of illegal insider trading. So despite political differences in how it's enforced, it's not as easy as just saying, oh, look at Republican, financiers and see if they, are willing to break the law more. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't seem to be a specifically political party problem. And on top of that, there's underreporting. Obviously, not enough people report when they know something or know someone who is not supposed to know what they know and acts on that information. And again, there are many ways that they are trying to combat this, but these are the biggest issues they face when trying to enforce parameters for legal trading. So in an article done by Financier Worldwide titled Fighting Back and Responding to Insider Trading, they look at different means, different new methods that are kind of being implemented and being looked at in order to more accurately, or I guess more harshly, enforce the parameters of regulations. So one of them is obviously utilization of data analysis. Obviously, because of the advancements in technology, the internet, encryption, there's a lot more tools available for experts sorry about that. There are way more tools available for experts, for law enforcement to use on the internet to help them track down people who are using information that is supposed to be encrypted through banks, their companies. I mean, they're companies that safe hold information, and that leads into obviously creating more corporate awareness of cybersecurity and protection of sensitive information. We have policies like HIPAA, which are designed to protect sensitive personal information for clientele. That's just for the health aspect of business, but there are a lot of policies like that where there is a lot of information that is sensitive that is supposed to be kept secret, and obviously any violations of that is a lot more heavily tracked nowadays, which comes into conflict a little bit with privacy and issues of the NSA spying on people. There are issues with that, but law enforcement are looking into these internet methods, to these online methods, to make sure that people are not using information that is now safeguarded on the internet for illegal insider trading. And on top of that, the article mentions that this field of law enforcement is going after all cases of illegal insider deals now, instead of just pursuing what they perceive as winnable cases. So instead of just hey, we don't think we would win this case, there's not enough evidence, they're just trying to crack down on any traces of it, any way, shape, or form. And of course, with a lot of these same bullet points and same issues and methods of approach to regulation, these also apply to a lot of other white-collar crimes we've studied throughout this course, not just insider trading. And this is an issue that's going to continue to evolve as the internet, as cybersecurity continues to advance and change depending on the new financial circumstances, global relations. A lot of things are at play, and more every day. So this is going to continue to become an issue, and just ever evolving policies are going to be needed to combat this issue. And this is my works cited here, and actually this whole presentation was full of insider information you're not supposed to know. You've been caught, and now the SEC is on their way. So yes, thank you. Hold tight as they come. Thank you.